were talking about how to review your own call when you were in an offer. Let's say I'm actually role playing, I'm not in an offer. How would you actually try to review your calls and see if there is something missing and these things?
Yeah, so the main thing is understanding your flow and your process so well that you know when there's going to be a gap and when there isn't, right? So like what I'd want to do is if I don't have a full understanding of a sales process or where I'd follow something, I'd want to get clarity on like each phase of the conversation. So I very much have modeled my foundations on like Jeremy Minor, right? His style. Although I'm not like 100% subscribed to him, I like other people's methods as well. That's overall my base framework. So it's like I always look through those phases to see what it is that I'm missing, right? And if there's anything that's like maybe a low hanging fruit, perhaps I'm not doing enough, getting enough context in situation phase, and I'm struggling to get into problems. It's like, right, well, I need to get more context in the situation phase so it's easy for me to find a challenge. So maybe I'll just work on situation. Maybe when I'm going for like the goals section, I struggle to get anything that's tangible, anything that's a really good goal, and it's always a small one. Well, how can I like expand it and make it bigger so I get a good enough goal where the gap is big enough for them to want to make a change and get support? So it's always like when you understand your framework really well, it's then just always questioning yourself on each part of the framework where you may be going wrong. But you're first going to do that, from understanding your numbers in a role. Now, if you don't have a role, no worries. The first thing is like going through more of your own like personal role plays, practicing with people that you can train with and figuring out where your gap is and like where the conversation doesn't feel natural. Something that really can help you is speaking to people that are not in sales and role playing with them, right? So it's like,
Mm.
let's say if you're living with your mum, then like role play with your mum, like do a sales conversation with her. See if she feels like a bit weird on any of the questions that you ask, or she reacts really badly or something like that. And you'll know, like from speaking to somebody that's not in sales, you'll do a way better job of knowing where you're going wrong rather than role playing with other salespeople. Right, because we all know what you're doing. We're all just going to try and be difficult prospects, and it's not going to be natural. So just try it with people that are outside of sales as well. I used to do that with my wife quite a few times, is role play with her, and then she would be like, "That was a weird question. Like, why did you ask that?" I'd be like, "Oh, I don't know. It was on the script, right?" And then you get called out for it, and you just end up doing better each time. So yeah, that'll be the best way for you to accelerate your development, I think.
Yeah, I think that's actually a really good way. Like I haven't thought about actually trying to sell for someone who's not actually in sales. So, which is what
Yeah.
we actually do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just yeah, utilize your family members, friends, like just do a role play with them. Like, hey, I'm just trying to get better at my job. Can I just like pretend that you're like a prospect? I'm trying to sell you something. That's it. And another thing as well is like, if you have your process dialed in, you want to know how good you are, sell anything, just random, right? Sometimes what I do is, with teams, sometimes we'll do like a random role play. I'll be like, sell me this remote, or like sell me tape measure, something like that, wherever it might be. It's just anything, right? So I just want to like see how good they are at doing a discovery based on like any product that I throw at them, right? So that always helps as well, test your flexibility.